Welcome back to Get Down to Business, this show all about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship. Each and every week, we talk to amazing people doing amazing things. And I can't think of a better example than our next guest. Alan Locher is the host of The Locher Room, spelled Locher, The Locher Room. And he has a history in daytime television, and he just co-hosted Daytime Stands Up to Cancer. We're going to talk all about it. Alan, welcome to the program. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me today.
Absolutely. I know that this is personal for you, so let's make this personal. Let's get to know you, the person behind the microphone. I know your mom passed away from cancer 17 years ago, almost to the day on May 16th. And I'd love to hear about, again, your professional background and how it sort of led to you being so passionate about this really important cause. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, speaking about my mom, who we did lose to lung cancer, my mom was a Holocaust survivor who moved to the States 1959-ish. And my dad's mother introduced her to As the World Turns and Guiding Light, which is how she learned to speak English. And so these shows were on at home. I started watching. I became a fan of these shows, and life sort of imitated art. And I ended up working for As the World Turns and Guiding Light for 13 years doing PR. So I have my mother to thank for this career I've had in daytime television.
Absolutely, absolutely, and again, you've got a great YouTube channel, which I certainly encourage all of our listeners to check out. We'll get there in a couple of minutes. But you're a senior PR executive, over 15 years of experience creating and leading publicity and promotional campaigns in TV, film, and tourism industries. But this initiative, Stand Up to Cancer, or the Daytime Stands Up, I want to talk about because this is something that you are making an impact on. And just the other night, again, on May 16th, very, very appropriate on the, as we say in Hebrew, the yahrzeit of your mom, you and some amazing colleagues have indeed stood up to cancer. Tell us a little bit about this important mission.
Yeah, besides losing my mother, I lost my uncle and my first cousin, Marcia, in the last couple of years to cancer. And the daytime community, in November 2021, we lost an actress by the name of Lisa Brown. And since Lisa's passing, there have been about 10 daytime actors who have lost battles with cancer. And Michael Fairman of the Michael Fairman Channel and I came together to raise awareness, to raise vital funds for cancer research, and just bring this issue to light. There's really, I really think there's not a soul on this earth that hasn't been touched or knows someone who's been touched by cancer.
That's very true. That's very true. And this is a unique, a live virtual event that just aired with some musical performances. So lots of fun, stories of resilience and hope. And one of the things that I know you were quoted on is the idea of bringing important issues like cancer screenings into living rooms and around water coolers. When did that, I mean, you've been in the television space, in the publicity space for a while. When did that cancer storyline start? And how, I guess, giving us a status update in 2024, is it being talked about enough in the mainstream, enough to really be able to, as you say, stand up to cancer?
Well, it's interesting. Guiding Light was one of the first daytime shows. All of daytime television really has been at the forefront of social issues. But Guiding Light in 1962 had one of their matriarchal characters, Bert Bauer, played by the late Sharita Bauer. She was diagnosed with uterine cancer, and she had a pap smear on television educating women back in 1962 of the importance of, early detection. And it's really continued for years. I don't think there is a daytime show really that hasn't touched upon social issues to help shed light and educate viewers. I know from working on Guiding Light, the amount of mail that they got at that time indicating, how it helped others. And that's the thing. I mean, all of television, all of the entertainment media has the opportunity to help educate in not, a heavy-handed way, in a smart and entertaining way that just enriches people's lives. And what's great about Thursday night's event is hearing from the actors who portrayed these cancer storyline and the reaction that they received from fans. It's just incredible the power television has to do that.
No question about it. So again, as we have this conversation, this amazing, amazing event just took place literally just a few nights ago, which is fantastic. Daytime Stands Up to Cancer, and again, you dropped a couple of names in this conversation. And again, I want to remind our listeners that we're chatting with Alan Locher, the host of the Locker Room, who is co-hosting Daytime Stands Up to Cancer. It took place on May 16th. So, Alan, what can our listeners that care about this issue, as you mentioned, there's virtually none of us that have not been affected by cancer in some way within our family or close friends. What can we do to stand up to cancer? How can we make it an impact, especially in this small business entrepreneurial community?
Cancer research is really one of the most important things happening right now. The goal is to reduce mortality rates as much as possible. More people, I believe, are being diagnosed, but with more research and more funding, the goal is to reduce that. And people can still watch the benefit. It is available on the Locker Room or the Michael Fairman channel, and you can go to standuptocancer.org/daytime stands up. We also have an eBay auction that is currently live with some great things from the daytime community, one-on-one video calls with General Hospital stars, daytime legends Vincent Irizarry and Robert Newman and Colleen Zank. There's a lot of great things up for auction on eBay. We partnered with eBay for this event as well. So I hope folks check it out and help support Stand Up to Cancer.
100%, Alan, and I have to ask, what's next? Coming off a very successful event, which again we hope. I know the numbers are still being tallied up in terms of the eBay auctions and the online donations, which folks can still participate in. And again, we'll link in the show notes. But is this going to become an annual event, or how are you going to continue to ensure the legacy, the memory of your mom continues to live strong, and ensure that other folks won't be impacted, that we can stand up and make an impact on cancer research?
Well, it's interesting. It was the losses in daytime that really lit the fire in Michael Fairman and I to do this benefit. It happened to time out, that we did it on the anniversary of my mother's passing, which is a great tribute to her. I don't know at the moment. Let's see what these numbers, come out. I launched the Locker Room in April of 2020, really as a way to cheer people up when we were all disconnected from our families, because daytime fans look at the daytime community as an extension of their family. I never thought I'd be doing it 4 years later. Before this cancer event, I raised about $130,000. We did a couple different virtual charities during the pandemic. For the pandemic, we've done things for the Autism Society of America, and now for Stand Up to Cancer. If I can use my platform in any way to shed light on these important issues, I've done good.
Absolutely. Well, you certainly have done well, my friend. Alan Locher, I want to make sure folks can get in touch with you where they can learn more about this important initiative. Can you, again, tell us how we can get a hold of you? And of course, spell that last name to make sure folks can find it.
I will. On Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, it's at The Locher Room, TheLocher Room, ROOM. And again, it is standuptocancer.org/daytime stands up, where you can find all the information about our benefit.
Fantastic. We'll be right back and get down to business. Don't touch that dial.